Hey guys, how you doing? Doing good? Feeling good over there? What you up to? What are you doing later? You know? I was thinking about it. You've been running circles around my brain all night. Just can't get you off of it. Because we're jumping into another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today I have nothing to do with fixed knives. There's not the fixed blades. There's nothing to do with that. I'm actually gonna do just a off the cuff top 3 favorite fidget knives that I currently own. Now, this list kind of sucks. Now, the reason this list sucks is I don't want to put on this list the stuff that I've received today because I've been fidgeting with some stuff that's going to make this list in the future. Don't want to do that, but I want to talk about kind of my past. But then the difficult part is I just sold 11 of my knives on Reddit and they're already packed up. Now, none of those really complemented the list that well, but at the same time, it takes away a lot of my choices. And I realized how little amount of knives that I have that I haven't reviewed, or how little amount of knives that I have that have already been reviewed. I got freaking like 20 that I haven't reviewed yet. But anyways, I don't know what these are doing here. So, without further ado, let me put this one knife away so I don't stab myself when I go to reach into this drawer. That would be nice. Just give me some time. You guys don't want to see me bleed again like the 8010 video. Those of you that haven't seen the 8010 video, which is everybody because it's not posted yet, yeah, that thing's an asshole. Alright, so this is kind of an off-the-cuff from Dave Likes Knives. I'm going to put out on the table here some of my favorite knives that I currently have, and some of these weren't even reviewed yet, but I have had these for quite some time, so I think it's fair to actually at least bring them out here. That I really enjoy fidgeting with, and unfortunately, like I said, I've been trading so much. I mean, my Smock made the list, my Shaman made the list, my Benchmade my Benchmade Super Freak made the list, and none of those are here. So it's like, so we'll start off with the first pre-honorable mention. This knife is already traded, but it was a real pleasure and would have made it much farther in the list had I not traded it just now. Like I literally traded it like 2 days ago. Is the Benchmade 940. Anything Benchmade with the axis lock is just so stupid fidgety. It feels good. It's just fun to frickin' flick around, do the axis lock flick open. And this is just an honorable mention, I guess, like before the honorable mentions. So, yeah, this is pretty sweet. The next honorable mention that I haven't had too much experience with, but I have had experience with a lot of the same brand, a lot of the same maker, a lot of the same maker and brand. Is that the same thing? A lot of just the origins, the same origins, which actually feels very similar. And this is the Ferrum Forge crux. Now this is like the world's best Savivi backlash, in my opinion, and that's again a compliment. I haven't reviewed this yet, but this thing is freaking awesome. But it is such a strong detent and so snappy. The sound that it gives and the clicks that it gives are so just satisfying. It reminds me of my Ferrum Forge Falcon, and Jake, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's strong. It's almost a little, cumbersome on your fingers to fidget around with, but it's a very interesting knife to fidget with. It gives a different. Its fidget factor is not all about blink, just like that. Blink. All right. Kind of an honorable mention, and this leaves me down to a couple. And so, first and foremost, this list is looking weird because my collection's ever growing, it's ever changing, and it's kind of hard to come up with lists of favorites when you're constantly trading your own shit. It's just So, the reason I have, say, this QSP Harpy on here is this is kind of taking the list of, like, the QSP Pelican and the QSP Puffin, which I traded as well. The Puffin was one of my favorites to fidget with. But the reason that this kind of makes the list in absence of those, my Pelican's off on a spa day. It's going to, you know what else is out there? My Scorpion's going out there. My Pelican's going out there. I got a couple other knives going out there that I'm lending out to somebody for their channel. So I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't want to ruin his stuff. But yeah. So this kind of takes the cake for that. And QSP does something very well for the price. I mean, honestly, this feels great. And I can reverse flick it. I can get down here and thumb flick it. I can do this right here, and there's no back and forth, no up and down, and the lockup's just great. It's just a pleasure. And this knife really, I enjoy this knife. I wish this blade was a little bit taller. Just, I would like it more. And that's why I kind of chose the Pelican. I'm probably gonna release this one. Maybe not. I don't know. I really do enjoy this. And the sound it makes is great too. So this is gonna be my first honorable mention before I get to my top 3. My next honorable mention is going to be the Fox Knives Tur. Now, this one is another unique one. It doesn't have any drop shut action. Look at this. It's not dropping shut, right? You know, you can get it there. I'm pretty sure it's on phosphor bronze, but did you just hear that? Did you guys just hear that? Watch the reverse flick. Holy crap, does this thing snap? Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be exaggerated with it, but the sounds that this thing makes and the snappiness that it has, and it's so freaking smooth. I truly enjoy this knife. I think this knife is bad freaking ass. And it's just, I know it sounds stupid, like the fidget factor is not the greatest as far as drop shut, but it's not supposed to be. It's not one of those knives that you are supposed to have this stupid drop shut action. You know, I haven't reviewed this yet, but I enjoy this thing very much. Yeah. So these are my top 3 currently. Obviously, there's a Spyderco with a compression lock. This is my Riot Knives Fallout 2.0 and my ZT0562 carbon fiber. So which one is probably my number 3, right? It's got to be the Riot. For no other reason than I just don't carry this. I don't carry it because it's an expensive knife, because of all the stuff going on with that blade and those different compound grinds. It just makes it to where it's kind of like it's intimidating to carry because I don't want to screw that up. You know, if I screw up like a $400 knife that's just a simple drop point, I'm confident I can fix it. I'm not 100% confident I can fix this guy if I jack this blade up. So I need to grow a little bit more balls and probably invest in a Spyderco sharp maker before I, because of that little recurve going on there. But this thing is super fun to fidget with, mainly because I enjoy seeing this fat freaking blade come flying out of that handle, and the ergonomics of the super wide handle just feels so good. This thing is a pretty cool carry. It's a pretty cool fidget knife. Just it's not the most fidgety, but it's enjoyable for me to flick with. So, to flick with. All right. So, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. I just got this tonight. This is the one that's going to definitely make the list in the near future. And this is the Cheburkov Toucan. This thing is stupid. Yeah, this is super nice. This is a light frame lock, and it's got this little thumb disc right here that's perfectly positioned that I could twist a little bit. I actually would prefer it on the reverse flick side, but the indentation for the screw doesn't exist on the other side, so it's a one side only, which kind of frustrates me. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, this thing is awesome. I unboxed this tonight, and it's one of those that you're just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be part of my repertoire for a while, and the ergonomics are so good. So this, not really an honorable mention, but this is a sneak peek as to what's to come with something like with this fidget factor and why I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not only gonna enjoy it just because it's super fidgety. Guys, something I really enjoy about fidgeting with my knives is I'll flick it a couple times, but then I will turn around and just grab and just feel the ergos. And something that has fantastic ergos and sleek designs really just speak to me. So that's how I make some of these decisions. It's not all based on just sheer fidget factor alone. So what's my next, or number 2, rather? This is hard, because one is infinitely more fidgety than the other, but for the reason that I stated just now, my Spyderco Little Native, which I guess is kind of mine. I still haven't traded the guy because he hasn't told me what he wants. But my Spyderco Little Native is probably my number 2 favorite fidgety knife that I currently own. And it's not, I must have to clean it or something. It's not acting the best. But this thing is just nice. It's super enjoyable. As I said, I bought these titanium scales for it like immediately upon getting it, even before it was mine and I thought it was mine. I just kind of like forced the guy to give it to me apparently because I was like, yo, I bought titanium scales for it. And he's like, dude, I was lending that to you. And I'm like, shit. I thought this was for a trade. I had so many knives coming in. We're going to work out a trade and make that right. But this thing's just a joy, and it's the compression lock, and you can compression lock it open, and it's just, this thing's cool. Oop. Just a very, very cool little knife. And this is probably my favorite fifth pocket knife short of my Kershaw Launch 10. I mean, they both really serve a purpose, but for a fifth pocket knife, one's manual, one's not, they're just really cool. That leaves my ZT-0562 as my favorite knife to fidget with. Now, some of you that own this might be going, what? Like, you can't use the external stops that well. It's a pretty hard detent. I mean, what are you talking about? Well, let me show you. First of all, that sound. You guys hear that sound? Yeah, that sound. That sound is awesome. It just sounds so good. I love the flipper tab. The flipper tab has no jimping on it. I like smooth flipper tabs. They feel cool. Last but not least, as I said before, I like to fidget and then grab the knife and feel the ergonomics. And the ergonomics of the 0562 have got to be my favorite ergonomics to date. Maybe short of the Spyderco Shaman, maybe not. I don't know yet. I got rid of the Shaman just as this came in, unfortunately. Which, my bank account almost killed me because I almost purchased a Crewwear Shaman like 2 days after I traded my S30V. But anyways, so this is definitely my favorite fidgety knife right now. And it's just because of how clicky it is, guys. Oh, yeah. That is nice. That is nice. One more. Yes. So this is the king of my fidget knives right now. And this is just something fun. I saw Dave Likes Knives do this. He kind of called out all the other YouTubers that he talks to and says, hey, if you want to do it, talk about your fidgety knives. Let's do it. My name's Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys all. Not, in a completely plutonic type of way. You guys stay sharp. Stay safe. Have a great freaking day, guys. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.